Hey Brazen, happy Thursday. Gonna talk about today's workout, demo these movements, go over the overall flow of what we have going on here. Following a similar format somewhat to what we had done last week. A lot of different transitions, similar interval style type of work, also mirroring a little bit those capacity workouts that we had done for tolerance and for clearance a couple of weeks ago. Today we have 4 rounds every 6 minutes, so cycling through everything you see here 4 times. Starting first, 30 seconds of max burpees, right into a 1-minute goblet squat hold. So from 30 to 90 seconds, that goblet squat hold, followed by a 30-second rest, right into 30 seconds of max air squats, into a minute plank hold, 30 seconds of rest, 30 seconds max push press, so get out either your kettlebells, dumbbells, or odd objects for that, into a minute sprinter's hold, followed by 30 seconds of rest. Then we go back up to the top. We're doing that 4 times. As I mentioned, this may look like a similar or familiar format to those capacity workouts where we have a short burst of effort. So in this case, a 30 seconds of max effort movement, followed by either a slow continuous movement or in today's case, a static hold. So a couple different static holds that we have. The goal here is to really push the intensity on those 30 seconds max effort. Don't worry too much about your pacing. It's a max effort 30-second burst that we have there. So really try and push it for those 30 seconds. First movement that we have, 30 seconds of max burpees. I think most of us are familiar with burpees. We're going to bring ourselves all the way down to the ground. Chest makes full contact. And then opening up our hips with our hands up overhead, making sure that we're standing up with our hips fully open, not leaning over like this, but standing all the way up at the top of that burpee. After our 30 seconds of max burpees, we're going to go into a minute goblet squat hold. So you may have a dumbbell, kettlebell, or odd object. You can either hold like a backpack in your front rack. You can hold a big thing of laundry detergent in your front rack. I'm going to demo this movement with a kettlebell. So kettlebell in that goblet position, front rack position, squatting down below parallel, holding here for that full minute. I want to try and stay active. I don't want to rest. You'll see my elbows resting on my knees. I want to stay active this whole time. Again, making sure that my chest is up, active position, squatting below parallel. That hip crease should be past your knees for that. Then we're going to take a 30 seconds of rest. And then going into 30 seconds, max air squats. Not too much to say about that. Making sure, again, my hip crease past the top of my knee, trying to keep my chest up, and standing up, hips all the way open at the top. 30 seconds of air squats. Right into a minute plank hold. So for these plank holds, you can either go on your forearms or on your hands. Totally up to you, whatever your preference is for that. So either plank position on my hands, keeping those hips neutral, no hips in the air, not sagging down on my hands, or down on my forearms, again, still trying to keep those hips at neutral for that full minute, holding on that whole time. Then we'll take another 30 seconds. Then we're going to go into 30 seconds of max push press. So you could either do this with, depending on the equipment that you have, you could do 2 dumbbells, or you can do a single dumbbell or kettlebell, 2 kettlebells, or if you have, let's say, laundry detergent, same idea of using that to press up overhead. So up to you, depending on your equipment. We can talk about that during class, whether you have 1 object or 2 objects, how to approach that. I'll demo this with a single arm kettlebell push press. If you only have 1 dumbbell or 1 kettlebell and you're doing this single arm, let's just make sure we'll stick to one side for 30 seconds, and then each round we'll switch. So you'll have 2 rounds of doing 30 seconds on the right, 2 rounds of doing 30 seconds on the left. So if I have just 1 kettlebell, that's all I brought out with me right now, I just want to make sure I have my slight dip down, then pressing straight up overhead, that full lockout. I can cycle this by bringing that kettlebell right back down and pressing up overhead. So again, if I'm just doing 1 object, I'm going to do 30 seconds on the right, and then the next time through 30 seconds on the left, and so on. If you have 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells, don't worry about it. You can just do both of them at the same time. Same idea. We have that Slight dip down where my knees are going out. Knees go out, chest is up. Press straight up overhead, legs lock out, arms lock out at the same time. After that push press, I'm going to go right into a minute sprinter's hold. So you'll only need either one kettlebell, dumbbell, or bottle of laundry detergent, something like that for this sprinter's hold. If you have a kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever your object is, that will go on one side in your front rack position, and then you're going to lift up the opposite leg. And I'm holding here for a full minute, staying balanced. That kettlebell or dumbbell is in my front rack, other leg is up and at about 90 degrees. In that case, I'll let's say my left leg was up, objects on my right side. The next round, I'm going to switch. I'll have the object on my left side and right leg goes up. We're focusing on our balance there, also core as well, keeping our core engaged for that. And then we'll take 30 seconds of rest. Then we go back to the top and we do that 4 times. Just like last week, we have a lot of different transitions with this workout. Your coaches will be there to obviously talk you through the count, how much time you have left, what movement's coming up next. I would just try and focus on knowing what movement goes into the next one, so know that your burpees go into that goblet squat hold, your air squats go into your plank, your push press go into your sprinter's hold. Just have that in mind and your coaches will be there to talk you through it. That's all we have. I'll see everyone at 6 p.m.